Today everyone, we are checking out Castle Crush, which is a lane battling game on mobile devices and has a PC version coming. The non-NFT version of this game already has 75 million lifetime downloads, and now they are adding blockchain technology to it. So let's check out the gameplay in the white paper and see if we should be hyped about this play and earn game. So as we start off, it might remind you of something like Clash Royale or other lane games where you send out a certain amount of cards based on mana. This one has 3 different lanes that you can see here. I'm going to put out a stone statue to block their archers, and then I'm going to rush down their archers with a warrior here in the mid lane. Then my next favorite strat is putting in a lane where this character right here, the druid, will self-heal. So it's really hard to kill off unless you have a lot of characters. Now they're going to start hitting my castle in this bottom lane here. You can see them do a little bit of damage, but I'm going to put a golem there. So the golem is going to tank that up, keep us going for a little bit. You can see our druid is up there just surviving, staying alive, even though they're hitting them with arrows, just healing it up. Flesh golem is going to get rid of them. And then now the demon, though, is going to kill through our druid right away. So that kind of sucks. Let's see if we can get a mage out here, though. A mage out here in the mid lane does a lot of damage, plus the flesh golem tanking. We are leaving our top lane a little bit vulnerable. So let's see if we can get a decent tank out here, the executioner, to kill them off. They are really outplaying me here with a lot of different characters, but we're going to hit them with an arrow defense. So there's spells as well. Then we're going to need a druid to hopefully keep our castle alive. Maybe get some skeletons out there to kill off their demon. And we are slowly bleeding out here. So this is not a great start so far. But it ain't over yet. It ain't over yet. So let's see if we can bait them into our castle again and then launch some arrow attacks on them. Get our triplets out here in each lane. Maybe that's going to be enough to keep us alive. And then we can send a mage to try to kill them off. We're not doing well. This is not going super hot. We're in panic mode. We have not touched their castle, and they have gotten us down pretty dang far. And we just have no cards left to really play. We just have spells going on here. That's not really going to help us. Oh, they teleport to our middle. Let's teleport to our middle. And I think we're going to definitely lose this one. We got nothing left to play. Okay, so there we go. First match, unfortunately, going to show you a fat loss. Flawless victory for them. You can see we lost some trophies. Up at the top there on the screen is a trophy, which is essentially our ratings in the game. Now, of course, as well, you can change out your deck. You can open up chests to get new cards or to upgrade your cards. So let's open up one of the silver chests that we had to wait 3 hours to receive. We got 27 gold, which is used to spend on to upgrade our cards. And what we got here is 5 more poison cards. So we need 1 more and we can level it up. Now, before I show you some of the other features, let's jump into another battle. Hopefully this time we can actually win it. Again, not starting off with any of our low mana cards that we want to be able to play right now. So we're kind of just sitting here waiting for these archers to just kill them off with some arrows here. They got to get in range. So let's drop them on there. If your deck is full like that, then we just lost a card. It got burned alive. But that's okay. Our warrior is not going to be able to kill off our druid, so we should be good there. Oh, they got a druid as well, so we're going to need to have another something there. Let's get the skeletons out there to kill off their druid and hopefully keep our druid alive, rather. Okay, now their jester is going to push our guys back. Let's see if we can get an orc warrior out there in the mid lane, though. We don't have to worry about the jester. It's not going to kill our druid. So let's go attack another lane. We're going to need a lot of pressure to kill off their druid, as, again, it has the self-heals. Let's get a flesh golem. Oh, the demon's going to kill off our druid, though. I was hoping to get the druid there behind our flesh golem. Oh, we can do that now. All right, we're getting a good attack off the bot lane. They do have lightning to get rid of us, though, so that kind of sucks. Let's get triplets out so we can get 3 in each lane. Cause a little pressure on each side. We're going to drop a mage here in the bot lane so we can kill off the jester and hopefully kill through their archer there in the back as well. Maybe the flesh golem will keep it alive. I think it's actually going to die, unfortunately, there, though. But we still have most pressure. Oh, they got the triplet skeletons, though. That is not great. Didn't want to see that out there. So we're losing a lot of our people, but we can teleport all of our guys into one lane. Maybe rush their bot lane here. They are not expecting that. We can use arrows to defend our tower when needed. Getting out an executioner here as well. And let's see. Let's drop it on the mid lane. Okay, the skeleton king we should be able to kill with our swarm, I bet. There we go. We can, let's see, drop a statue to stop their demon there. get an Orc Warrior out. I think we might be able to teleport all of our guys down to one lane and win it, actually. So unfortunately, they used the spell there to kill off our mid lane. Now we're a little bit stuck here, but I think we still can rush. Let's enrage our top lane. Maybe we can get a bunch of damage off. They're going to get some damage onto ours, but I think we might just be able to win this. And we do. We got a victory. Let's go. So we got 31 extra trophies, 6 extra gold, and a silver chest. Now, as you just saw there, we can now open up our victory chest, which takes 8 wins in a day to open up your victory chest, which is often the best chest. So let's open that up. Let's see what we get here. Usually these are pretty good. It also gives you a little bit of the gem, which is used for more of the purchasing of different things. 302 gold is not bad. It looks like there's a good card here in the top left. This is a rage spell, which I do want to upgrade. You can saw just there how powerful it was in the top lane to finish them off. And 31 poison cards. So there we go. A card now that we can go level up. They also give a free chest every 3 hours. So let's open that up as well. Usually these ones, of course, because it's the free chest, aren't quite as good, but we get 5 common archer cards. Not bad, not bad. All right, so let's jump into our deck building. When you are first starting this game, it will limit your deck, but once you get to a certain level, you can choose individually 14 different cards that you saw I can play throughout the match. So there's 68 cards in the total game. You can see here I have 22 of them unlocked. They're just unlocked randomly throughout chest. So depending on which castle you're in the game, you can't unlock until you get to that castle, which requires a certain amount of trophies. So let's go look at our poison. We haven't really used this spell much, but if we upgrade it for 40 gold, it will give extra 23 magic damage. So let's do that. We upgraded to level 4. There you go. Once you upgrade cards, it actually gives you crowns that you saw. It just went to the top of my screen there. And if you get to a certain amount of crowns, you'll level up your building, which gives your castle more HP to work with. So we actually gained enough cards from that one chest to upgrade it again. So let's get it to level 5. Of course, as you upgrade it, it costs more gold, but you also get more crowns, which should push us to a level 5 crown castle, giving us more HP. There we go. An extra 500 hit points. That's going to come in handy for winning more matches. So there you go. You can see here some of the different cards. If we wanted to swap out, let's say, hey, we want to put a level 5 dwarf instead of our warrior, we'd have another 2 mana card that would help us out in the early game. Hopefully we would get it and be able to play it right away. So as you saw earlier, every time you win a match, you get a new chest. If your chests here on this left side are full, then you can't get any more. And basically, it takes 3 hours to unlock a silver chest. A gold chest is 8 hours, and I believe I've only had 1 diamond chest, but I think it was 12 hours. So you can speed it up with gems if you want, but again, gems is very hard to come by, and mostly something that they will try to get you to purchase to, you know, obviously make money for the game, but I haven't bought any of those yet. Like most mobile games right now, until their NFTs and tokens are out, the team makes money through microtransactions, which always bugs me a little bit, but that's really just how the mobile gaming industry works. So I don't really fault the team for doing that. So as I said earlier, there's different castles which require a different amount of trophies, which you get as you win. It starts you out in the training castle where you get to play and get some card unlocks. But it doesn't guarantee just because you pass a castle that you'll actually guarantee every card in it. So I'm still waiting for for example, in the first castle, I still have not found in a chest a demon card, so I can't play that yet. But as you pass the training ground, you get into the Lord's Castle. I'm still missing 1 card from there. I've made it past the Undead Keep, still missing 2 cards from there. And right now I'm in Genie's Palace, which again, I'm still missing 2 cards from. So I've been playing for a couple weeks and I'm still in the Genie's Palace. So you can see it takes a while really to get to the higher rankings of this game. The Demon's Hold is next, but you can see there's many castles still after that. And even when you make it to the max castle, then there is a leaderboard system that you can see that you can climb through the different master ranks and through Grandmaster. And even above that is Champion, Grand Champion, and finally Legend, best of the season, which these seasons reset, I believe, after every 3 weeks. There's also a tournament mode that you can see here that I have not been able to unlock yet because you have to get to Castle 5, which again, after a couple weeks of playing, I'm still not quite there. There's also a ranking system, so you can see the top players, top clans, the Hall of Fame here. And of course, as I just mentioned, there is a clans. I have not tested it out yet. Then at Castle 4, you unlock a new daily game mode, which rotates and has different rewards for it. Honestly, so far, I'm pretty impressed by the gameplay, the different mechanics. I've had a lot of fun. I just pulled up this game to test out, to do a review for Balthazar. I honestly wasn't really expecting to enjoy it that much. I don't play that many mobile games, but ever since I started to do it for a review, I've just kept on playing. Like, honestly, I haven't needed to play this much to do a review of it, but I've liked the gameplay. They're fast-paced games. Sometimes, yes, it does feel a little bit unbalanced in a match where you're like, okay, well, this opponent just had way better cards than me, especially as you start out the game. But the matchmaking system is pretty decent. There's enough players where it does feel like things are pretty fair most of the time, unless you get too far ahead in your rankings where it no longer feels even anymore, but then it usually pushes you back down to face opponents that are more similar. It's one of these games where you can play a couple matches. You don't need to be glued to your game for the entire day. Play a couple, leave it, come back later, and keep enjoying it throughout your day. The first part of the game is admittedly a little bit more stale when you pass through the training and the first part of the game where you don't have many cards unlocked. But as I've unlocked different cards and upgraded them, I felt like the game has had actually more strategy and has been more enjoyable. Now, one piece of feedback that I don't necessarily like about this game is all the locking time hours. A lot of them feature around 3 hours. I think as you get to higher castles, you get better chests, so they're more around that 8-hour or 12-hour mark. I'm just not a huge fan of having things unlock after 3 hours. It feels like I have to constantly be checking the game if I really want to get all the full upgrades. But I understand why they probably chose that design is because it, hooks you into the game and makes you come back all the time and keeps you engaged and keep playing. But personally, I just find it more of a distraction. I'd rather be able to check maybe and play the game every 8 hours or so and have a longer gameplay session rather than constantly opening up the game every 3 hours. There is, as I said earlier, often pop-ups with different microtransactions to encourage you to purchase in the game, which again is just a pet peeve of mine. I'm just not a huge mobile gamer. That's something that I don't enjoy, but I'm interested to hear from the team. How does that change? Maybe they do less of that once they add the NFTs and tokens, because the team can make more revenue from that as well, and maybe they don't need as many microtransactions popping up in the game. Now, even though you can go download this game on your mobile device and start playing right now, it's not an NFT game yet, so let's jump into the white paper to see how this game is going to become an NFT game. So with such a big player base, they are saying we want to add NFTs to it so that players can get some value out of the game and actually own their assets. To do so, they're going to add a crypto token ACS, which 80% of the tokens are going to player rewards and only 5% are going to the team. That's some of the lowest to the team I've ever seen. So kudos to them to actually rewarding the players. You can see here they have a 60-month plan once their token release starts. So the cards that you saw that I was playing with in the game, those have the ability to become NFTs. One way they're going to be doing this is through the Founder and Ascended chest sales each month. Now, the Founder one seems pretty expensive to me, but they were able to sell it out. I'm assuming they're targeting more investors here. We'll talk more about the benefits of the Founder one. And then the Ascended one is 3.5 AVAX, so a little bit more reasonable. As of right now, there's 68 different types of cards, which are going to be released over 16 months, which means 4 NFTs per month. The Ascended chest that you just saw, if you purchase one of those, you'll see the different types of rarities that you can pull here and the percentage chances. Now, if you don't want to purchase a chest, there is a way to level up your cards in game and get them ascended into an NFT. To turn your in-game card into an NFT, you're going to need the max level plus the forge level, and then you're going to need some ASC to upgrade your card to the next level and ascend it into an NFT. If the player then decides to sell that as an NFT, they won't get the original non-NFT card back. You can also ascend it even further, paying more ACS each time you want to ascend it up to 4 different tiers, but it will not increase the card stats at that point. It'll just increase the amount of earnings that you receive. Now, to earn ACS to upgrade your cards with, the majority of it is going to need a NFT card to earn. To earn the token with your NFT, you'll get a different amount of AP each day if you use your NFT for the first win only. How many ascension points you'll earn will be dependent on the rarity of your card, how many levels of ascension have you done on them, what is your league bonus, and then what is your clan bonus as well. Now, the interesting thing is that each AP contributes 2.5 ACS tokens to the global daily pot, but it's going to be capped at 415,000. So for this example one, if you earn 10 AP, then you will receive 25 ACS if the entire global pot was 250,000. However, if the global pot was 750,000, it will cap itself down to that 415,000 and you'll receive 13.8 tokens instead. So it seems like they have a decent mechanic in place to make sure that the token doesn't inflate too much at one time. Also, because token earnings is directly related to NFTs and they're distributing their NFTs over 16 months, you can see the amount of tokens per card on estimated average on this table goes down as time goes by because there'll be more NFTs and more people earning. You can still earn without an NFT, but you're going to be at the top of the leaderboard each season to earn a different amount of ACS depending if you finish in Grandmaster, Champion, or Best of the Season. Now, if people can take their max level cards and use the ACS token to ascend and create an NFT, you might be thinking the card supply is going to just continually inflate. The team has already thought about that though, as every month when those chests are done selling, those cards will never be created again, and your ascending of those NFTs can only happen within that month. So if you miss it, you will never be able to mint that same card again. However, it does say the card release schedule may be modified at any time to ensure a balanced economy, and I'm assuming they'll also add new cards to the game, so there'll be more opportunities to create NFTs. I'm not sure about that, but that would be something I want to know from the team. And as I showed earlier, there is the founder box, and being a founder to them is saying they'll have a permanent whitelist for every monthly NFT drop, and you'll also have governance privileges. They also state that they are going to be some of the more powerful cards, they're going to generate more ACS, and they also say they reserve the right to drop fungible governance tokens to the founders. Then they talk about the treasury, or some of the percentage of sales as well as transactions on the marketplace will have a voting right split between Wildlife Studios and the founders from month 1 onwards. Well, there you go. This is Castle Crush. I was pleasantly surprised by the game. I did not expect much going into it, but I've had enough fun where I'll probably actually continue to play the game even after this review is done. I do think the NFT boxes are a little bit spendy, but at least you can upgrade your cards into NFTs if you play the game enough, even doing it for free. The fact that I'm only at Castle 3 after playing for a couple of weeks and my cards are nowhere near max level because it just gets exponentially harder, I think you're gonna have to put a ton of time into this game if you really want to do the free to earn model, which honestly is the way that it probably has to be, or the economy just won't be sustainable. Also, the way they have set things up is going to be more of a pay to win structure because some of the best NFTs are going to be in the founders pack. Of course, you can earn them and upgrade over time, but really, if you have a lot of money, that's going to save you a bunch of time, which means most players at the top probably are going to be paying to win in some circumstances. Unless you're one of the players that have been already playing this game for a long time. But honestly, a lot of mobile games already have a lot of pay to win mechanics. And so I think a lot of people are okay with this. And if it's really bugging you, you can go find a different game. Also in the tournament mode, they do have a mid-tier level cap for cards so that it evens the playing field. So maybe you can't compete in the leaderboards until you have really upgraded your deck, but you can at least compete in tournaments and show off your skill. So if you enjoyed this video and you want to try out, go ahead and download Castle Crush and let me know what you think about this game. By the time this video releases, chest openings will already have happened and NFTs and earnings will be playable starting at August 15th, according to their Twitter post. That's it for this video. I'll see you in one of these next ones. Thank you, gracias, salamat for watching. Take care, everyone.